Oh, yeah, he made a great save, and it's a great play by Colt there. I kind of had it open. I just didn't score, but I was glad that the second one went in.
I'm taking that you're not going to want too many games to have to be decided in regular season and overtime, but is that going to be a pretty good weapon for you guys with some of the guys you can throw out there that have that speed element?
Yeah, I think just for our forward group, obviously our D move incredibly well, but for our forwards, we have guys that can buzz too. So, I think if we practice it, kind of get all on the same page, like I think we were tonight, I think we have some weapons out there for sure.
What was it like for you playing here for the first time, in that sweater?
Yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, didn't get off to the greatest start, but the boys pulled through. Our fans were great. It was a great turnout for preseason game, and they're loud chant for the Blues all night. So it was really special, and I'll definitely remember it.
So watching Dylan out there, what have you kind of learned about him, having him as a teammate the last few weeks?
He's great. He's obviously pretty electric on the ice, and off the ice we get along pretty well. He's getting along with everyone. He's just a great dude.
The goal you scored, Colton seemed pretty emphatic it was in. Did you?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought he had a little bit of backwards motion too. I think I gave him a little bit of a poke to help it get there, but end of the day, it was a good goal.
Obviously the speed factor, that's certainly something that is quite noticeable in our team from last year to what we see so far this year. Whether it's him or Joseph or Texier, they can all really get up the ice pretty quick. So it certainly changes the dynamic and the pace of the game that we can play at.
It's not something that you're playing for, but when you get to these 3-on-3 situations, are you going to feel confident knowing that you have those kind of guys at your disposal that you can put out there on the ice?
Yeah, no question. Again, it's a different dynamic, but we still have some players that weren't in the lineup here tonight that can play in those situations too. So, but it's nice to be able to have options like that when you get to whether it's a 4-on-4 situation or a 3-on-3.
Actually, it was really noticeable. What did you see?
Yeah, like I said this morning, I've been really impressed with him in his practices. Not knowing a ton about him as a player, we wanted to give him a little time to get up here. Obviously, he played a lot of games before coming to us. At I guess it would have been the World Championships for them, qualifying for the Olympics. But I was really impressed. I thought he had an outstanding game here tonight, and I thought their whole line was really good. But in particular, he stood out for me. The speed, the skill, he's heavy on his stick, makes creative plays, but he's always around the puck.
You're seeing Holloway's overall game?
I thought Dylan played outstanding. He just continues to get better. I think early on, the first couple of games, again, I said this before, I thought a lot of our players were just kind of easing their way into it, and I thought, tonight, not that we didn't start well, I thought our start was okay. I thought we were a little bit slow to close in the D zone. We stood around and watched a little bit, which caused us issues, and but in the second and the third, you could see we played with more of a purpose, and our speed was really evident in the second and the third.
What's your line in general? Did they, with Holloway, Fox?
Yeah, I thought they were really good. I had them, for the most part, they're paired up against, their top line, and I thought they did a great job. Especially in the second and the third, that line didn't really have too much going on. I thought, they spent the majority of the time having to defend, and that was because, those guys were playing with a lot of pace down the wings, and Radek, I thought, again, was really good on draws, but he's heavy down low. He closes down plays really quickly. He's strong on the cycle, so, that was, I really liked that line. It's nice, again, it's nice to have that kind of speed on your wings. It certainly backs teams off and makes them a little bit uneasy at times.
What's your reaction when Holloway does have that block shot on the same shift before that first goal?
Well, it's something that I think we're trying to build into our team, is to have that kind of resilience that players are putting their body on the line. And I've seen that. I've seen that a lot. We blocked a lot of shots since we've started our games. It's not just him. There's been a lot of guys, putting their body out there. So, but it's certainly, if you want to win hockey games at this level, you have to be able to do those things. It's just part of winning hockey.
What about Walker tonight?
I thought Walks was outstanding too. He's a player, and I said this before, like, he looked like a player fighting for a spot on our team, and before tonight I didn't see a lot of that from a lot of our guys, and I felt like tonight a lot of guys stepped up and showed that they want to be St. Louis Blues.
Buchnevich said a week or so ago that our top forwards have to produce this year. If they do that, and based on what we see from some of your bottom six guys, I mean, this offense can be pretty hard to handle.
I think so. I believe so. We seem to be fighting it a little bit around the net, but yet we are creating opportunities, but it doesn't seem to be, a little in the second period, like we had a lot of chances and we were half a step behind or, got blocked. But we seemed to create enough. We weren't able to finish. But certainly with, our top six players and the new players and the players that have come in, I think we have more of an ability to play in the offensive zone and be more dangerous and have more pucks around the net and, be able to get to the net quicker and get underneath team's D and make it difficult on the other team's D and goaltending.
I feel like that Leo is kind of stepped up for Forsky.
Yeah, I thought Leo had a great game, and for someone that hasn't played a lot, in North America and played a lot at this level, I thought he had a really good outing tonight. And I've gotten to know Leo a little bit. I saw him a little bit at the American League level last year. In his second half, he really started to come on. A little bit of a language barrier with him early on, and I think he's kind of past that. But the physicality, like he leans into guys. He's a tough kid. Like he plays hard, and he's a guy that kind of gets under other teams' skin, and he's noticed out on the ice. So I was really happy for Leo and what he did here tonight and how he played.
Drew, why is Colton Ellis continue? I mean, he just seems like he continues to elevate his game. What have you seen from him, and why is that been the case?
For probably 3 years now that I've seen Colton develop. I think when a goalie of his size starts to get confidence in themselves, they look bigger in the net, and I think he presents a lot bigger than he actually is. He looks really big at the net, and he has the same ability to move pucks, like Binner, like Joel. Like he gets out to pucks quick. He makes good decisions, which makes it very easy on the D and on the forwards because he can break you out pretty quick. So, a lot of positives for me in his development and what I've seen, over the last 3 years of him turning pro. I think he continues to get better.